Hello everyone, welcome to the 8th log. I'm here on a Thursday where not a lot is happening today. Absolutely nothing at all. So I thought I'd give y'all a closer look at the new suite as it is right now. Think of it like a preview before you buy, but I know most of y'all are going to come down and check it out anyway. But here's a taste of what Starfighters 3.0 looks like.
Hope y'all like the seating area here. We know some of y'all would love more opportunities to take a load off and admire some of our collectibles, let alone all the games we have. The first thing you'll see walking in now is our 5 Atari System 1 machines, and upon paying for membership, you'll be greeted by a new plethora of machines. Got some new wall decor with these vintage movie posters, always a nice touch. Some of these machines are getting some work done on them, as you can tell with the workbench is. We always have to stay on top of when the slightest mishap occurs on a pinball machine. They usually are a picky bunch to get constantly broken. Keeping these sit-downs secluded to this area as they're not quite floor ready yet, which will lead us to probably one of the new set pieces of the arcade, this Super Shot basketball game. I never thought Starfighters would ever get a game like that, but we couldn't pass up an opportunity to see what it would be like. Getting a glimpse of these Atari Vector games that lead towards this skeletal rock and roller at the corner. And I'm not gonna lie, Haunted House made me jump a little. It might be the loudest machine in here when nobody's around, going by its attract mode anyway. We have all sorts of pins, new, old, new to us. As I said, a few of them get checked on and repaired during the week, this here getaway being one of them. Not sure what the problem is, but it always seems to be in needing of some TLC. We'll be going over to the other side later on, but let's admire more of the pins that are over in the new space. And the 2 new racing games here. I'm pretty sure Batman is going to be the popular one amongst the two. No offense to the Fast and Furious fans out there in space. I know a common question is going to be, where are the bathrooms? Well, they're just over here, right next to Locutus. Let's not be quick to forget, shall we? Apart from Space Gun, all the games that you'll see on this wall are from the original innovators that were Atari. With the exception of Dig Dug and Kangaroo, every single one of these machines were Atari made. We also thought it made sense to put a bike of the era over the Paperboy machine. Only fitting, don't you think? Can't forget about the pins alongside them, some of my personal favorites hidden by the Atari back wall. Continuing on with that, we got some obscure and unique classics and Missile Command, until we get back to the vectors I highlighted just a moment ago. As you can see, even when it's a little crowded, it's pretty easy to get around. And I'd be remiss if I didn't show you the other portal way to the other half of the arcade. Right next to the Monster Squad poster. Another way to give you easy access back to the front entrance.
I know everyone's excited to check out the new space when they can, but I'm sure plenty are asking what games specifically have we brought in to fill up all the new space? Well, I'm going to attempt to answer that by showing off all the new and returning games we have in here right now, as well as showcasing a little history, gameplay, and status, cause, well, not all of them are up to snuff just yet. It's a new Recruits Lightning Round. Let's take a look.
Now we know it may alarm you to see a good chunk of these machines are still in need of repair. Heck, you might be surprised to see a couple duplicates, but with enough patience, we promise to have all these games in an operational state for all to enjoy.
Last thing before I go, just want to let y'all know that these expansion logs are going to be slowing down for the foreseeable future. The original intent for this was to document this whole expansion leading up to our true grand reopening, which I thought was going to be after the soft, but clearly we're not prepared for that yet. We still have some big projects like the potential snack bar and stage to figure out, as well as getting to 100 even on both arcade and pinball machines. And all of this is going to take time before we achieve everything we set out to do. So while most of that is going to be going on well into the next few months, these logs will more than likely turn into monthly logs, bi-weekly if we're lucky. These videos won't cease until we have everything ready for a grand reopening. With any luck, it'll happen just before our 10th anniversary. In the meantime, I'll still be working on other content. I think a new Recruits is coming your way soon. I want to work on some ads and possibly update a few. I also want to focus on developing new shows as well as getting back to some old ones. There's a lot we can do, just have to stay tuned. I'd like to thank y'all once again while we're here. It's been great to see all the interactions in the comments on not just the videos, but the posts as well. None of this would have been possible without y'all's support, and thanks for making Starfighters 3.0 a reality.